Now, we make a video presentation. It's all about exploring photograph basic. I'm Lini Jintubal.
I'm Jeremy Adelfa.
I'm Ray Kiap. I'm Joy Kalinga. I'm Jiboy Ebanding Jr.
A polygraph, often referred to as a lie detector test, it is a device or procedure that measures and records several physiological indicators such as blood pressure, pulse, respiration, and skin conductivity while a person answers a series of questions. The fundamental theory behind a polygraph is that deceptive answers will produce physiological response that can be differentiated from those associated with non-deceptive answers. Photography is the art, application, and practice of creating images by recording light, either electronically by means of an image sensor or chemically by means of light-sensitive materials such as photographic film. Simply put, photography is the process of capturing light to create an image which is executed through the use of the camera, either film or digital. Photography is used for various purposes such as creating art, documenting events, producing commercial work, and more.
Personalities in the development of deception, detection, and polygraph. And according to William Marston, an American psychologist, is created with the inventing the modern polygraph machine in the early 20th centuries, and he developed the syntolic blood pressure test, which formed the basis of the polygraph psychologist's measurements. And John Larson, a medical student and police officers, collaborated with Marston to further development the polygraph. Four major component of analog polygraph. First is cardiovascular component, and this component measures the cardiovascular activity, including the blood pressures and pulse rate. It usually involves the use of blood pressure to cut or similar device to monitor the changes of blood pressure. And the second is respiratory component. The respiratory component measures respiratory activities such as the respiration rate and depth of breathing. And the third is galvanic skin response component. And this component measures the changes of electrical conductivity of skin and typically involve the use of two electrodes that attach in the experience emotional arousals. And this is attached to the finger or palm. And fourth is a recording component. This recording component records the psychological response, measure the cardiovascular respiratory, and it typically includes chart, paper, or computer screen to display the recorded data.
Chart polygrams is also known as a polygraph. Charts or tracing are the visual representations of physiological response recorded during a polygraph examination. They typically display change in parameters such as heart rate, respiration, and skin conductivity over time, allowing examiners to analyze patterns of physiological arousal in response to specific questions. Other parts of the analog polygraph machine. First is stimulus device. The stimulus device is used to present stimuli or question to the person being tested. It can be in the form of an audio recording, visual presentation, or written question displayed on a screen or paper. Ito, recording pens. The analog polygraph typically use multiple recording pens, also known as styluses, to mark the physiological response from the chart paper. Each pen corresponds to a specific physiological component such as cardiovascular, respiratory, or DSR, and records the change in a different color or line pattern. 3. Chart paper. The chart paper is a continuous roll of paper that moves through the polygraph machine. It provides a visual presentation of the physiological response recorded by the pattern. The paper is typically divided into sections of channels, with each channel responding to a specific physiological component. Last is a timer. The timer is a component that helps synchronize the recording of the physiological response with the representation of stimuli or questions. It ensures that the examiner can accurately analyze the data and correlate it with specific events or time intervals during the examination.
Types of polygraph. First is analog polygraph. The analog polygraph is an older type of lie detection that uses mechanical components and cartridge to record psychological response. It typically includes components for measuring cardiovascular activity, respiratory activity, and galvanic skin response. Second is computerized polygraph. Computerized polygraph, also known as digital polygraph, are more modern visions of the lie detector. We use electronic sensor to measure psychological response, and the data is recorded and analyzed digitally using specialized software. Computerized polygraphs often more advanced feature and data analysis capabilities compared to analog polygraph. Third is event-related polygraph. Event-related polygraph are designed to measure psychological response in relation to specific events or stimuli. They are often used to forensic investigation of criminal cases to determine the truthfulness of a person's statements regarding a particular incident. Fourth is voice stress analysis. Voice stress analysis is a type of lie detector that focuses on changes in a person's voice pattern and characteristics. It analyzes pitch patterns, pitch, and other vocal cues to detect signs of stress or deception. Voice stress analysis is often used in law enforcement and intelligence agencies. Last is thermal imaging polygraph. Thermal imaging polygraph is used thermal imaging technology to measure changes in skin temperature. The theory behind this type of lie detector is that deception can cause changes in blood flow and skin temperature, which can be detected using thermal imaging cameras. General uses of polygraph. First is law enforcement and criminal investigations. Polygraphs are often used in law enforcement agencies during criminal investigations. They can be used to gather information, verify and credibility of witnesses or suspects, and aid in identifying potential leads or suspects. Second is pre-employment screening. Some organizations use polygraph tests as part of the pre-employment screening process, particularly for positions that require a high level of trust or security. These tests aim to assess the honesty and integrity of job applicants. Third is internal investigations. Polygraphs may be utilized by companies or organizations to conduct internal investigations related to theft, fraud, or other misconduct. They can be helpful in identifying individuals involved or determining the truthfulness of statement. Fourth is national security and intelligence. Polygraphs are employed in intelligence agencies and security organizations to assess the trustworthy and reliability of individuals seeking security clearance or involved in sensitive operations. Fifth is probation and parole monitoring. Polygraph tests can be used as a tool to monitor individuals on probation or parole. They can help ensure compliance with the terms of supervision and detect potential violations. Number 6, the last
personal and relationship matters. In some cases, individuals may voluntarily undergo polygraph tests to address personal matters, such as resolving disputes or suspicious within personal relationships.
Theory of polygraph examination. The theory behind polygraph examination or lie detection is based on the premise that physiological responses of the body can indicate whether a person is being truthful or deceptive. A polygraph instrument records various physiological responses such as heart rate, blood pressure, respiratory rate, and skin conductivity while the person answers the series of questions. During a polygraph examination, a baseline is a first establishment by asking the person a series of control questions to which the answers are known. The irrelevant questions about the matter under investigation are asked. The responses to this question are compared to the baseline if the physiological responses to the relevant question are significantly greater than those during the control question. It is inferred that a person may be lying. The psychology of lying is a complex and multifaceted subject. Lying is a behavior that is learned early in life and is influenced by a variety of social, cognitive, and cultural factors. At its core, lying involves the deliberate misrepresentation of information. People lie for a variety of reasons, but some of the most common include self-protection, manipulation, social reasons, and to protect others. And the last part of photograph basic is the nervous system. The nervous system is a complex network of neurons that transmits, receives, and modulates information between different parts of the body. It is essentially the body command center sending message between your brain and all other parts of your body. The nervous system is divided into two main parts, the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. The central nervous system, this consists of the brain and spinal cord. The central nervous system is the primary control center of the body, interpreting sensory information and instructing the body to respond appropriately. The peripheral nervous system this includes all the nerves outside of the brain and spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system, it connects the central nervous system to the rest of the body, allowing for communication between the brain and the limbs, organs, and other body parts.